Which, okay, there we go, working as intended. So first, we'll see. So Mitch Haniger is owed 16 million. Although actually, right here, if you click on his spot track page, it says 17 million. So I thought it was 17 million. Maybe it's because of the incentive that he hasn't reached. Oh, okay. Actually, it's because of the trade assignment bonus right there. So yeah, that's where he's owed the extra million. So Mitch Haniger is owed 17 million in 2024. Anthony DeSclafani is owed 12 million. That is 29 million in total. And then Robbie Ray was owed 23 million in 2024, and the Mariners sent away Robbie Ray. They traded away Robbie Ray, and then they also received 6 million in salary from the Giants. So that 6 million that they got from the Giants is offsets the cost that they got for acquiring Haniger and DeSclafani, as well as the Ray money. So they subtracted 23 million with the Ray contract for 2024, and then 25 million, I believe, and 25 million again for 25 and 26. But for 2024, they took on 29 million of salary, but they also got 6 million from the Giants, so that's 23 million, and then 23 million is what Ray was owed. So basically, it ends up working out where the payroll stays the same for next year, although they have two players now instead of one. So first, let's start with let's go to Fangraphs and let's get. I want to start with Mitch Haniger. We're very, very familiar. Mariners fans are very, very familiar with Mitch Haniger. He was on the team from 2017 through 2022. He played last year in 2023. He did not do very well. Unfortunately, he was bit again by the injury bug. He posted a 73 WRC plus. Not like honestly awful. 209 batting average, 266 on base, 365 slugging. The 317 xwOBA, definitely gives hope. And the plan right now is that it's looking like Haniger will be the platoon against left-handed pitchers, with Canzone being like the strong side platoon in right and hitting against right-handed pitchers, which obviously the Mariners are likely to see a lot more of. Although this is still the AL West is still a relatively lefty-heavy division, so it's still important. But as for Haniger, let's go to his Baseball Savant page as well. He's not trending, but multiple other players. Only player not involved in any of those deals is not trending on Baseball Savant. He is trending on Fangraphs right now. All those players are. But let's go. So he was still pulling the ball. Actually, we'll go to the advanced stats right here. Batted ball, I mean. Okay, so as for Haniger, he was still pulling the ball, slightly less in 2023, but 46% in 2022, 42% in 2023. He was actually hitting the ball. He was actually hitting more fly balls, though, this year in 2023 than he has since 2019. So that's exciting. Obviously, we're going to want Haniger to continue to pull fly balls. And, if we go back to 2021, the year he hit almost 40 home runs, he was pulling so many balls to left in T-Mobile, and hopefully he can get back to that as the right-handed platoon. So yeah, and again, same with 2022 as well. Next player I want to talk about is Anthony DeSclafani. We're all pretty familiar with Haniger. Actually, let's check though. Let's see if anything any of the xwOBA numbers on okay, still a 391 xwOBA against fastballs. That's still Mitch Haniger still absolutely crushes fastballs. That's still exciting. And even then the results were not comparable. But yeah, a 563 expected slugging, 312 xBA against fastballs. He still definitely hits fastballs. Then going back to the barrel percentage though. The barrel percentage 10.9, not bad. What was it in 2022? 11.8. What about 2021? 12.6. Okay. Yeah, so the barrel percentage definitely regressed, but I still think there's a good offensive profile for Mitch Haniger. Maybe slightly overpaid because of how much, although the Mariners did give some money to offset, but obviously 12 million or 17 million isn't ideal for a left field or right field platoon, but we'll see. I think that there's still a 115 WRC plus in Haniger, maybe. Maybe. And then let's go to DeSclafani next now. So DeSclafani debuted in 2014. He's a right-handed starting pitcher. 33. He'll be 39 for most of next year. He turns 39 on April 18th. Yeah, he's getting paid $12 million this year. This is his final year of a three-year, $36 million contract. In 2023, he had a 4.88 ERA, 4.35 FIP, so bit of a difference. 1 F4, 19 games, 18 games started, 99 innings pitched, 19% strikeout percentage, like under 5 walk percentage. That under 5 walk percentage is good. 41.5 ground ball percentage. Let's see. So, yeah, he doesn't walk a lot of people, which is definitely good. It fits the control the zone mantra that the Mariners have, and their encouragement for pitchers to not to limit the amount of walks, obviously. So yeah, 104 FIP minus, only 4% above league average or below league average. 116 ERA minus though, so definitely significant. In 2021 though, DeSclafani was actually really a fantastic pitcher. 167 innings pitched, 31 starts, 3.17 ERA. 3.89 xERA, 3.62 FIP. He had 3 F4 that year. Like, was really, really solid. Obviously, though, I think it's looking like he's going to be a swingman, though. Like, start the year in the bullpen, like last year's Chris Flexen. He'll probably end up starting, though. And unfortunate reality is that I wouldn't be surprised if one of the Mariners' young starters goes down with Tommy John surgery this year. That seems kind of inevitable just because of how lucky they've gotten and because of like how few have actually had Tommy John. Like Brian Wu had Tommy John, but Bryce Miller has not. George Kirby has not. Logan Gilbert has not. Even like Matt Brash has not. Ty Adcock has not. Prelander Baroa has not. There's Emerson Hancock has not. There's a lot of young pitching in the system that both fortunately and unfortunately hasn't had Tommy John yet, and I would not be surprised if one of those guys is going to need it. Let's see, 4.17 Sierra, not terrible. 4.09 xFIP, that's 98 xFIP minus. So there's maybe some hope that DeSclafani could be a league average pitcher this year. Again though, even the fact that he was durable enough for 99 innings last year though, or 100 innings last year is a good sign, I would say. It's also actually his fastball velo went up. Obviously, a small sample size in 2022, but let's go to his Savant page now, though. DeSclafani. Also, really fun last name to say. So yeah, okay. So, yikes. Okay, so the extension and the walk percentage are the only Savant circle that he, is higher than 50th percentile. Breaking run value. Okay, so by run value, his breaking pitches were actually not terrible. Fastball, then off speed, not very good. Let's move down, though. 5.2 xERA. Wait, what did it say? Okay, 5.16 xERA, so barely a difference, but still a difference. 5.2 xERA, 407 x Wobacon. 328 WOBA, 347 x WOBA. That's not ideal. Actually got kind of lucky by the quality of contact, it looks like, last year. Yeah. I don't know. It looks like it looks like DeSclafani, I'm not relying on much production or much, quality production on him. It looks like more to rely on, just reliability in innings. It feels like he's a replacement for Marco Gonzalez. Honestly, $12 million for his salary is a questionable use, I would say, with the payroll constraints, but it kind of makes sense, and I don't really know what the market is like for, innings-eating starters. But yeah, let's talk about, this is Anthony DeSclafani. But yeah, let's talk about Luke Raley, the most exciting player acquired in this trade. This is Luke Raley, will be playing every day for the Mariners. He is a 29-year-old, or actually he might be 28 still, but he will be 29, so, he is 29, so not ideal, but he's a 29-year-old outfielder. He posted a 130 WRC plus in 2023, 2.6 F4, in 118 games with 406 plate appearances. He had 19 home runs, 249 batting average, 333 on base percentage, and a 490 slugging, a 353 WOBA. Luke Raley looks like he's going to be a legit hitter. He is absolutely raked in every level of the minors. In 2021, in 72 plate appearances, he did not do very well. And then came back up again, exactly 72 plate appearances again in 2022, and had a 79 WRC plus. So still not great, but he improved slightly. And then in 2023, he established himself as a big league regular. Played in 118 games, had a 130 WRC plus, like I said. Now, one thing that I want to look at really quick with Luke Raley, this was posted yesterday, and I want to give credit to @CardinalsReek. Jacob on Twitter. He makes these awesome player cards. And this was Luke Raley, so it has a F4 and then F4 per 150 games, R-WAR per 150 games, and then it'll tell you the percentile for WRC plus or WOBA, and then what the actual number was. So Luke Raley was 91st percentile in WRC plus, 84th percentile in WOBA, 61st percentile in XWOBA, that's not great, but 81st percentile in average EV, 85th percentile in XWOBA-con, that's really good, 87th percentile in barrel percentage, 11th percentile in sweet spots percentage. Sweet spots percentage does not matter, though, for anybody curious. Bat speed, this is not public information, but this was really exciting to me. 91st percentile in bat speed. The bat speed will carry over, for sure, to T-Mobile Park or wherever he's playing. Now, Luke Raley does strike out a significant amount. That's the thing. I know there was an effort to limit strikeouts this offseason for the Mariners. Luke Raley doesn't fit that mold. He definitely strikes out. Not that he can't be an everyday player, but he still absolutely strikes out. This is Seager, which is basically it's like a statistic. It's new, and it attempts to identify players who are aggressive on pitches, more aggressive on pitches in the zone, I believe. And it's a really distinct way of identifying good play discipline, and that's what Corey Seager has. He has a certain type. So he's 68th percentile in Seager percentage, 92nd percentile in zone swing, 31st percentile in O swing, 5th percentile in zone contact percentage. That's not great, but first percentile in O contact percentage. Yeah. So I don't know. It's an interesting player profile. I am excited, though. I am excited, and I absolutely think that Luke Raley can be an everyday player. Let's go to his Savant, though, real quick. Okay, yeah, so 327 xWOBA, 225 expected batting average, but 437 slug. That's, good, really good. 77 percentile average exit velocity, 84 percentile barrel percentage. And some of these percentiles are different because I believe that it might be 350 versus 650 is, or actually I don't know. I don't know what the qualified is, but some of those percentiles are slightly different. But yeah, as you can see though, K percentage not great. Whiff percentage is not great either. Actually, yeah, it's awful. But it's the chase percentage that's not great. Whiff percentage is really bad though. I would say, but yeah, 823 OPS. That's legit. That passes the eye test. The xWOBA-con too, 432 xWOBA-con. That's 85th percentile. That's really, really solid. That's legit hitter. It sounds like it. Let's see. Max exit velocity. What was his max exit velocity? Not the max exit velocity. 114.3. Okay, yeah, top 8%. Max exit velocity is really debatable about whether it matters. I'd say more 90th percentile exit velocity, which does it have that? Okay, it doesn't. But I'm curious about what his 90th percentile exit velocity is, although I would say it's probably 109, maybe? Nah, maybe 107. Well, who knows? I'm actually not that certain. That's kind of a random guess. But let's see. Is there anything else? Oh, interesting thing. Luke Raley. Okay, the defense does. -1 OAA, 37 percentile doesn't look great. Arm value doesn't look great. Arm strength though is there, and speed is there. Luke Raley is fast. He's 6'4", 235. He's first baseman. That's what he's listed as. But he can play outfield legitimately, and he can even play center field. As interesting as that is. Not rare that you have somebody that big playing center field, although Julio's like that big. But Julio's super athletic. But Luke Raley looks to be like a plus athlete as well. So it's like a very, very interesting player profile. If we go right here, it was like 60 grade raw power, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, 60 raw power. That's what he had as a prospect, and that was in 2020. And it seems like he's clearly gotten stronger since then, but like he also, like I said before, he raked in every level in the minor. So I think that Luke Raley is definitely the most interesting player in this trade, and to get rid of him for just Caballero, who didn't really have a spot on this roster. The Rays need they need a starting shortstop. And in the tweet that Paston posted announcing, like, when the trade was finalized, he even said the Rays are planning to give Caballero a look at shortstop. I don't know if Caballero could stay there. He didn't look very good there, and neither did Dylan Moore in that week that JP was concussed in like August. But I don't know if Caballero will actually fit there at shortstop. I think he could definitely play second or even util for them. I think he's athletic to play in the outfield, kind of, but like not good enough to play third. So I don't know. We'll see. It feels like Caballero though was absolutely an expendable piece. In fact, somebody who maybe even was on the verge of a DFA if he didn't perform well in the first month of the season. So although actually he definitely has more options, doesn't he? He probably would have been optioned. But either way, it was like his base running and defense was not bringing that much to the Mariners. Yeah, he has 3 MLB options. Okay, so. But anyway, that's about it though. Thank you guys all so much for watching. I appreciate it. You can make sure to follow me at PintSizeAnalyze on Twitter. Mariners are looking a lot more exciting. These were 2 good moves. They got rid of some salary, took on some more, but also got some looking like, helpful, maybe not like, completely impactful, but helpful players in Anthony DeSclafani and Mitch Haniger. The impact player that they got yesterday was Luke Raley. He will be the everyday player. He will hopefully, have a 117 WRC plus or whatever. That remains to be seen, but also it will be his first year in T-Mobile Park, so it's not like he's only going to be here for 1 year or 2. He's older, but he's controllable. So yeah, I'm absolutely excited about these trades. I'm absolutely excited about this team. It's looking better and better. I still think that third base is like the biggest glaring hole. A third baseman, like a legitimate third baseman, whoever that is, maybe even by trade, although I don't know if that's as likely now. But a free agent third baseman, which really only looks like Matt Chapman. Although, actually, let's see. Let's look it up right now, because I am curious. Evan Longoria, okay. Candelario, that's right. These are just people who signed, right? Position by position. Okay, let's go to this MLB.com article. Left fielders, center fielders. Okay, yeah, Matt Chapman is like the biggest name. Justin Turner is still on the market. I don't know how Justin Turner would hit here. Let's see, actually. Actually, let's check Savant first. But, there's still some names out there. Matt Chapman is probably going to command, like, a 5-year, $150 million contract. Like, he looks like he could be in the $30 million AAV range, which I don't see the Mariners taking on. And, yeah. But, yeah. Okay, so Turner, 1.2 F4 last year, 146 games. Okay, that's actually surprising. 114 WRC plus. 336 flex WOBA, 346 WOBA, 12.2 F4, 8.1 walk percentage, 17 points. Okay, like it's a decent profile. I don't know if it performs well in T-Mobile Park, but it limits strikeouts. I don't know though. We'll see. I believe they still have around $15 million to spend. Obviously they could make another trade, but I don't know. It feels like there was going to be. It wasn't surprising that there was a trade for a player who we didn't expect, that being Luke Raley, but I don't know if there's going to be kind of another, like, out of left field, no pun intended, Luke Raley acquisition again. I think that it would likely be like a free agent But even then, though, this market doesn't look good. What about like second baseman? Maybe Whit Merrifield. I've seen. I'm not particularly excited about Whit Merrifield. Like Whit Merrifield does not move me, but let's see. Oh, okay, yeah, 93 WRC plus 274 XWOL. I think the Mariners are good. Oh man, he had an 89 WRC plus. Okay, some of you may remember, but the Royals general manager wanted Julio Rodriguez for Whit Merrifield at the 2021 trade deadline. Whit Merrifield had an 89 WRC plus at that point. Like, it wasn't even like he was having like a career year and had a 116 WRC plus. Okay, he still had 3 F4, but man, that's just hilarious looking back. So let's see. That's about it. Okay, this is just pure speculation, but yeah, thank you guys at this point. But thank you guys all so much for watching. Mariners are looking better. It's looking like all they maybe need is